9 WCCC on the Rock Hotline right now, joining me as he does every single Wednesday, and I still haven't even met this dude yet. Hakaan from Sad City, Hartford, dude. The website is growing. The Facebook page is growing, dude. People are digging it, huh?
I know. We're getting more and more people all the time. The hit numbers keep growing and growing. We're doubling almost every month. And I know every time I try to get out to a CCC event to have a beer with you, it gets rained out or canceled. It's crazy, man.
I know. These hurricanes have been just devastating the state. It's like blow after blow with these hurricanes, dude. But, you know, maybe we'll have like a Christmas beer together or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely will have to. I guess that's the tough thing when you live in an area like these hurricanes are nonstop all summer.
So, so tonight, Sad City, Hartford at WCCC, we're going to be talking about celebrities from the 80s, like the people that everybody knew on TV back in the day, but where are they now?
Right. We're both children of the 80s, the Sad City crew. So, I mean, we grew up and cable was just new. I think my parents got it like 87, 88, so... Mm-hmm. You watched the 3 local channels, and before the internet or cable news, I mean, the local news was paramount. So these people were huge celebrities at the time.
Right.
I actually moved out of state for a few years in my 20s, so when I came back, some of them are still there, and your perception, you know, they're 20 years older, and it's amazing, like Jerry Brooks and Janet Peckinpah. They're the same, but they look older. But one who's amazing is I turned on Al Tersey. Looks the exact same way he did 30 years ago. Al
Tersey, actually, I don't know if you know this, man, but he passed away.
That's the theory we heard. We heard that Tersey died in like 78, and the Al Tersey on the news is an Al Tersey cyborg. That was part of the Jimmy Carter cyborg program that Reagan did away with to fund the Star Wars missile defense.
Yeah, that actually is true, man. The Al Tersey that you see is not the same Al Tersey. This is a recreation.
I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. The guy hasn't aged 1 minute in 30 years.
No, he's looking pretty good. I like to see that these guys' mustaches are no longer with them, you know what I mean? Another one that I see up on Sad City, Hartford, that I remember, dude, this is making me laugh, but remember TX Critter?
TX Critter, yeah. I mean, we couldn't find any picture of him or anything. He was, you know, he had his thing and did his show, very popular at the time. His whereabouts are completely unknown right now.
Yeah, I think what was that planet that Alf was from, like Zorgon or something like that?
Oh, something like that. Maybe he's there. Yeah, I can't remember the name where Alf was from. That's another old school one.
TX Critter, wasn't he would do that show? Do you remember TV Pow?
No, what was that one? TV
Pow was like a game, right? And we've done like spoofs of it here on CCC, but 2 people would call up. And they would each be on the phone and be like, oh, we've got, you know, Mary from South Windsor and Steve from Barkhamsted. And there'd be like these 2, you would play like a video game on TV, and you would just say, pow, 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 pow. And someone on the other end would be, like, every time you would say pow, would fire it, but it wouldn't even fire correctly. And they'd be like, oh, Steve from Barkhamsted, congratulations, man, you won TV Pow, you won tickets to the circus or something like that. It was like the stupidest thing. And they'd be like, little stupid TX Critter. He'd be like sitting in the corner like, yay, yay, everybody, TV Pow!
Oh, man, that's awesome. And when you go back and watch TV now and you're a little older and wiser, it is pretty clear that everyone was on cocaine for most of the 1980s. But
no doubt.
Another one of my favorite, Hilton Chatterley was like the man back in the day then. He seemed cool, like for a weather guy, he was cool back then. He's now retired. He was one, he always stayed cool.
Yeah. He was like a poor man's Chevy Chase or something like that, you know what I mean?
He really was. You know, he looked real good in his suit. He seemed really confident. He seemed like he knew what he was talking about. To me, being a weatherman, I mean, what a great job. You can be right 2% of the time. I mean, look at the hurricane we just had.
I love the that massive hurricane. Dude, the funniest thing is I'm looking on your website, and you got to go to sadcityhartford.com to check these out. Like, Hilton Catterley is on there, and there's like a chalkboard drawing of the weather. Literally like a chalkboard drawing, and they just like, there may be a thunderstorm here, and he's writing with chalk. I mean, there was not even a TV screen. Yeah,
it's so awesome compared to now. I mean, these guys got touch screens, and they're poking, and they're bringing all these graphics up. But the great thing is, they're right no more percentage of the time than Hilton Catterley was with his chalkboard.
Yeah, his gully wumpers and nor'easters were spot on, my friend.
Yeah, and then with we found Jim Vicevich. I actually thought of this, you know. He did like the business news thing, and he did the old conservative talk show host thing, which is a big turn to make. So I was thinking if, you know, maybe for me or you down the road, if things aren't working out in the media, that's always the route we could take, you know, a la Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh, go the conservative talk show host route.
For sure, man. Jim Vicevich. And, I got a homework assignment for you. I don't know if you remember this one either, but Do you remember a thing called PM Magazine?
Yes, PM Magazine, someone commented on our site. A few people have brought that up, and I think we do plan to do a little research on it. We didn't know so many people remembered it so fondly.
Yeah, man, that thing was funny, and it was like a guy, a woman and a guy, and they were like, the married news team, and they did like their own special thing, and it was PM Magazine. They would just go to like stupid places around Connecticut, and it was before there was like CNN, and like the coolest thing was like, oh wow, these guys are going to go to a cider mill in Bolton, like that's newsworthy right there.
I mean, those jobs, like I think of watching like Dave Smith on the Channel 3 News, and obviously for ESPN, and I was always a big sports fan as a kid, and so this was to see the sports highlights, and to think about it now, to get the scores of the day with the news, and it's like Dave Smith would come on for 3 minutes, and then you think about it now, you're like, what a great job. I wish I could get that job today,
Hakaan, real quick before we go, let's talk about what probably became the biggest celebrity out of all the Hartford news people, Gail King Kong.
Oh, Gail King just got bigger and bigger. I mean, she wasn't even the biggest star. I mean, she was an anchor, but, Peck and Paul was bigger and Jerry Brooks, but, Gail King got on that Oprah comment and rode that rocket right to the top. I mean, she's a nationally known celebrity. I don't really know what she does.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who is in Oprah Winfrey's shadow like that, like, hey, I'm Oprah Winfrey's best friend, you're going to be a celebrity. You know what I mean?
That's a great gravy train to get on, and more power to her, man. If you hit the superstardom, I'm going to try to latch on to you and maybe be your Gail King.
Are you black, Hakaan?
That's to be determined. That's to be determined.
Nobody knows. No one's seen Hakaan. It's not even his real name, but
it might be, it might not.
I know, dude. It's very mysterious. We understand. All right, check out Sad City Hartford, the website. Find him on Facebook, man. That's definitely a great article. Where are they now? Local celebrities from the 1980s. Check it out on Sad City Hartford, and we'll also post a link up on WCCC.com. Hakaan, thank you very much for the phone call, brother, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, Craig. We'll have a beer soon. All mysteries will be revealed.
We'll take the mask off.
All right.
See you, dude.
So good.